Hi, this is Mr. Ward, and this is your video key for Algebra Do Now 34.3 for A and B, or 35.1 for Block D. So there we go. It's the key. All right. So what are A, B, and C in this quadratic function? So A is going to be the coefficient of x squared. So A equals 1, B equals 4, and C, which is the 4 is the coefficient of just x, and C equals the standalone coefficient of negative 12. That's the constant coefficient. Now we're going to take those and we're going to use the quadratic formula to solve that function, solve that quadratic. So first thing we want to do is figure out what is b squared minus 4ac. I copied the a, b, and c here to make it easier for us. So b squared minus 4ac. I'm going to replace each letter. B is 4. A is 1. And C is negative 12. Okay, once I use parentheses, I don't need that. Okay, so we're going to start simplifying. So 4 times 1 is just 4. 4 times negative 12 is negative 48. And 4 squared is 16. And 16 minus 48 is 16 plus 48. And that equals 64, which is conveniently a perfect square since that's going to be inside a square root. So I'm going to copy the A, B, and C again here. Actually, I'm going to use that in the quadratic formula. So just note that inside the square root is a 64. So I'm going to use Desmos because it's easier to manage things there. So we'll set up, I'll put in the A, B, and C there, and we'll set up the quadratic formula. So x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay, and I only use that parentheses so I would get all that stuff to stay in the numerator, so I'm getting rid of it. Notice I'm only using the plus version right now. I'll do the minus version in a minute. All right, we're going to replace things. So we know b is 4. We know a is 1, and we already worked out that b squared minus 4ac is 64. So now I'm going to simplify things. 2 times 1 is 2, and I'm at the point where I can get the square root of 64, but I need a positive square root and a negative square root. And the square root of 64 is going to be positive 8 or negative 8. And now I can just start simplifying those fractions. I didn't have any radicals that stayed behind in square root jail. Negative 4 plus 8 is 4. 4 over 2 is 2. So one of my solutions is 2. And then negative 4 minus 8 is negative 12. And negative 12 over 2 is negative 6. So my factors for this are going to be x plus 2, because the x-intercept is negative 2, and x, oops, I'm sorry, let me do that, x minus 2, because the x-intercept is positive 2, and x plus 6. And in fact, my original equation was x squared plus 4x minus 12. And that is a match with my factors. Cool. Now let's go back into the do now. So we got solutions of 2 and negative 12. And we could factor that as x minus 2 times x plus 12. Let me make sure I got that right. Hang on. Did I write that right? I'm sorry. And 6, not 12. So that's 6. And you're like, Mr. Ward, what are you doing? Okay. Confirm one more thing. Yes, so negative 6 and 2, negative 6 and 2. Always good to go back and check your work. And that is that. I hope that was helpful.